This post was probably the most contentious post during the last week in Northern Ireland. Stop the boats. And it's below it was an article which said basically it supported this kind of notion that they keep to themselves, they don't embrace our culture. Well, our culture. As a Gaelic speaker, I have come across people who do not even want to speak Gaelic. I've come across people who target other people for speaking Gaelic. So in terms of integration, you cannot integrate into a culture that doesn't want you. And unfortunately, historically, the people who were the Keith and Keenan beneficiaries of slavery, colonialism, are the people who speak about immigration in this manner. So let's get this straight. In my 32 years of living in Ireland, I have discovered that those people who were involved or the beneficiaries of slavery and colonialism have the ability to pull the wool over our eyes. So much that they will come out in the face of racist attacks or anything like that and say, we condemn racist attacks. But on the face of it, what they do, their policies and everything, is to encourage racism and division. So I say, quit the BS. Let's stop trying to be smartasses in all this. Let's bring back segregation. Let's bring back segregation so that we know where people stand. Because the quangos and the institutions that have been set up to develop and promote equality have failed in my 32 years. So I say, let's bring back segregation so we are transparent about the legacy of prejudice that some people represent. Today at the Lansdowne, this is called the Lansdowne, yeah? Old Lansdowne in North Belfast. I went to a conference for North Belfast, and being that I'm a Gaelic speaker, I said a few things in Gaelic and interpreted them back in English. And lo and behold, I was attacked. This man and a few other men came to me and says, you have offended us. You have offended us by speaking in Gaelic. And I said, why are you offended? He said, well, no, how can you speak that language? And I said, how does a language or speaking a language offend you? And the man, one of the men whose name I found out, said, I know who you are and I know where you live. All because I spoke Gaelic. And we must be honest about what type of a world we live in and what a world we want. I've just had one of the most amazing conversations with this amazing artist from Belgium. And the conversation went along like this. Hey, you speak Irish? And I said, yeah. And he said, oh, and you do Irish Shadows dance? Yeah. And I said, yeah. He says, you must be very busy. And I said, yeah, I am. He says, where in Belfast can I see you perform? And I said, well, believe it or not, I haven't performed in Belfast for the last 15 years. He says, even in West Belfast? And I said, yes, even in West Belfast. And why? I'm sure you must be busy because they love Irish there. And the truth of the matter is, not everybody who says they want inclusion, diversity, and is promoting equity and diversity is really honest. The truth is, I said to him, there's a lot of people who say one thing and do another. And the thing is, that has been my experience. Some people claim to be promoting equality and diversity and the Irish language, but they deliberately exclude people like me from taking part. That's interesting, isn't it? Food for thought. There is the Natural History Museum in London. In fact, you know, the Natural History Museum is a crime scene. All the things in the Natural History Museum are stolen from the colonies, looted actually. There's another, is it the history and the library, the National Library. They were all built from money donated by a man called Hans Sloane. Hans Sloane came from Northern Ireland. Did you know that?
Not really. No.
Yeah, and Hans Sloane came from Northern Ireland, and he owned 3 slave plantations.
And it doesn't matter, I mean, like who is come from where, but they all are robbers.
He says they are all our robbers.
That's the connection from the robbers.
Yes, this man has just confirmed that the Natural Museum is just a crime scene made of things that have been robbed. Oh, sorry. We'll have to start. We're going to sing the song called "The Shillelagh in My Arm."
Yes.
I met these fantastic people by the Inch Abbey, Inch Monastery.
Right.
Fantastic people from Ireland, like, you know. Can we sing the song?
Go ahead. Yes,
Yes.
we have to show the shillelagh.
Oh.
Right,
With the
the
shillelagh
shillelagh
under me arm and a twinkle in me eye,
I'll be up to Tipperary in the morning.
Morning.
See, there you go now.
With
I don't know the rest
shillelagh.